Fashion Dreamer is a new game on Nintendo Switch where you can design your own clothes and style your own character and other characters throughout the game. A big part of Fashion Dreamer is designing those clothes under your own brand. When someone else interacts with clothes or accessories that you've created, they will see your brand logo next to each item. The game starts you off with 4 basic brand logos to choose from, but you can fully customize your brand logo complete with layers and clipping masks. In order to create your brand logo, open up the menu with the plus button. Go down to the item creator, and once you're there, select one of your patterns as if you're gonna create an item. Don't worry, you won't actually be creating the item, so just choose whatever for this part. Once you're on that item creation page, hit the minus button. This will open up the brand logo selection page. This is where you can see those 4 brand logos that you can choose to associate with the item that you're designing. But this is also where you can alter or make your own brand logo, brand icon, whatever you want to call it. So to make your own brand logo, select one of those 4 slots and hit Y to edit. The editor has a ton of options that you can combine to make something unique. So here's how it works. On the left are the components that'll be combined to make your logo. The numbered rows act as layers. So if you've worked with any sort of design program, this probably makes sense to you. Layer 1 is on top and layer 3 is on the bottom. So anything in the background, think about that as going into layer 3, and what you want on the topmost of your design would go in layer 1. Each layer has 2 squares or design elements to it. The left square is the color, pattern, or other element that will be applied to the black part of the shape on the right square. So you can kind of think of those right squares as your clipping mask. In the sample logos, these elements are used in a nice simple way. Layer 3, they made the background with nothing at all in the right square. This seems to default to applying the left square to the entire logo canvas. On layer 2, they're using a color, and they're applying that color to the frame. So the frame that you select with the right square is going to be the color of the left square. And then on the top layer, they're applying a color to a simple design in the middle. So you could easily change the butterfly to a different shape, a different element. You could change the frame to a different type of shape, or even make it a pattern for the background. And you can switch up the colors using those squares on the left. Now this sounds pretty simple. Well, the colors aren't the only thing that you can use those left squares for. When you click on one of those left squares, you're presented with a whole bunch of colors you can scroll through to change it, but you also have these tabs to go left and right, so you can use these as frames, images, or backdrops in addition to solid colors. So you can combine these with those shapes on the right to make really unique, because you can start to use those elements on the right as cutouts to some of the elements that you might be adding using that left square, instead of just thinking about it as changing the color of the thing on the right. And if that all feels a little overwhelming or you aren't sure where to start, you can also hit Y to see a random design that only uses those left 3 squares. So this might help with some inspiration, since there are so many possibilities, so many different elements to scroll through. And then if you see something you kind of like, you can still edit the design. So maybe you really like one of the designs, but it's using a dinosaur and you're really into bunnies. You can easily swap the dinosaur over to a bunny. You can swap any of the design aspects that you want. And if you're like me and you have trouble choosing just one design, remember that you have all 4 slots that you can go back to and make 4 different brand icons. So in doing this, you can make your brand icon kind of reflect the style of the clothes that you want to put it with. Maybe you have an elegant collection that uses more of the little swirly designs, and then you have a collection that's a little bit more in the cool and cute collection area, or something that's entirely monochrome. You can create brand logos to reflect those individual collections and then attach them to those designs when you make them. You can also then use your brand logo on pieces of furniture when you're designing your showroom, so that you have your brand logo hanging from the ceiling or on a sign next to your display of clothing that you've designed or collected, to really bring your looks together. Hopefully this helps you create your brand logo below in Fashion Dreamer. If it did, consider giving the video a like. You can share your designs for your brand logo as well as lookouts and your showroom in our Discord. The link to join is in the description, or feel free to tag me on Twitter if you're posting there. I also stream Fashion Dreamer and other games here on YouTube and on Twitch. Subscribe for more Fashion Dreamer content and turn on notifications to find out the next time we go live. Hope to see you there.